What's up, family? Thank you for tuning in to Billionaire Belief. This is Dhane Diesil, right back at you with another reaction video. Today's video topic is what it takes to escape poverty, brought to us by Practical Wisdom over on YouTube. So I'm gonna go ahead, dive into the video right now and see what we learn, see what we react to, see what kind of gems we could find at the end of the day, because that's why we're doing this. All right, let's go ahead and dive on in.
If you stop a random group of people on the streets and ask them to describe what poverty means to them, you'll hear a lot of different answers. A little girl might say, it's not having enough food to eat. Another person might say, it's barely getting by. While someone else might say, it's living in the streets. And so forth are answers you might hear. If you haven't lived in poverty, you wouldn't know how it feels. You wouldn't know how circumstances can quickly change, or how an environment can easily propagate one into poverty. People born into poverty, or by circumstances, become hopeless for any kind of escape. And for those who don't want to endure poverty, will find a way to escape it. So in today's video, we bring you the best ways, backed by research, that a person can escape poverty, or avoid it altogether. 1. Education. The right education is the most significant poverty eradication tool you have. Always crave to be knowledgeable. The less you know, the more susceptible you are to be taken advantage of. And you don't want anyone to do that, believe me. They say education is the key to success for a reason, and it's the key you'll need for this fight. Most importantly, make sure you understand financial literacy. Most schools don't provide a financial literacy foundation, so you have to learn it somewhere else or by yourself. Learn in depth about financial products, and most importantly, your rights. Learn about the whole credit world, financial markets, personal finance, credit scores, a financial statement, and so on. All this knowledge will set you ahead of most people, and it will help you save more, and will also open your eyes to which deals are the best for you. With this knowledge, you'll be able to identify scams that could ruin your financial world. No one can take advantage of you if you know how things work in the world. And that's why education is empowering. Arm yourself with knowledge, because one day, it'll be your best defense.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Knowledge is definitely going to be your best defense. However, I challenge people to use a better word than education, because like you keep saying, oh, just get your education, just get your education, just get your education. But the reality is education alone isn't what's going to help you avoid poverty in a sense. You know, you're going to need more than education, because education is just vague. It's like, oh, get your education. And a lot of people go to school, they get their education, but they still end up in poverty, or they end up, living check to check, which is most Americans. Most importantly, their finances aren't where they think or where they hope they would be. But they have the education, they have the degrees, they have the advanced degrees, but the money is like, they don't have the money that represents the degrees that they believe that they just acquired. So it's like, I'm an advocate of knowledge. I'm an advocate of getting games, specifically financial literacy education. But I challenge us to do better in regards to just saying all it takes is education is the key, because we have tons of highly educated individuals that suck at money. So what good is it, to be educated in all these other subjects that are irrelevant to you being able to, earn, save, and invest the money that you need to live the type of lifestyle that you live?
2. Develop skills. At the core of it, poverty is defined as a lack of money, but it's also deeply associated with a lack of skill. To escape poverty, learning a relevant skill is among the best strategies you can implement. Learn a skill that people want to pay for. Numerous free resources can help you develop and be great at the skills you want. You can learn from your local carpenter, shoemaker, mechanic, and other trades. You can also learn from books in the internet to be good at design, programming, marketing, etc. Doing decent work will be the stepping stone in this journey. With the right mindset, you'll earn a simple living, which will boost your confidence, and you'll be proud of yourself and how far you've come. When you master that skill, learn more on the job and be the best in your community. Be that person that everyone wants to work with and maybe eventually work for. Use your skills to make a living and add value to yourself by always looking for what's next. Always seek growth and never get comfortable.
Facts. Facts, facts, facts. Personally, I wholeheartedly believe now, as an adult, that we should be focused on skill development, not education. Because if we are developing skills, that is going to require us to learn more practical things in regards to the skill that we're trying to develop, as a means to produce the income we need to live the type of lifestyle that we want to live, earn the money we want, save the money we want, invest the money we want. You feel me? Like, so skill building is the real holy grail. Education isn't the holy grail. Skill building is the holy grail, because once again, we know plenty of people go to college, they get degrees, they have all this education, they have all this knowledge, but they have no skills, like literally no practical, marketable skills that companies value. So yes, you do need knowledge. And as you pursue that knowledge, it's like, what kind of knowledge? I remember back when I first got into the world of wealth, I remember that I used to read books and they used to always talk about, specialized knowledge was more important than education or a degree or something like that. And I was confused because I was under the impression that I was going to college, or that I went to college to get some specialized knowledge. But the reality was just like, nah, I went to get a degree. And it was on me to figure out a skill. I learned this later in life, but you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you don't. But at the end of the day, focus on getting a high income skill. Like, that's what you want to be. Like, that's the difference maker, a high income skill. So that one thing is a high income skill, not necessarily a degree or some education. Let's dive back in.
3. Learn to sell. Making
Yes,
sales
gotta
is the
learn to
basis
sell.
for everything in this world. The
Gotta
fact that the
learn
New
how to
York
sell.
Times ranks the best books as the best-selling authors, not the best written authors, should tickle your brain. If you can master the skill of
point.
selling, you'll make a lot of money in this world. The highest paid career in the world is
highest.
sales.
And
Most
most
of the
people
richest
don't
people in
like
the world are
sales.
best at selling. They sell their vision, they sell their products, they sell their services, and they sell their skills. You have to master the art of selling. The beauty about this skill is that anyone can learn it, and you don't need a fancy education. Or a special ability either. Anyone can learn it. You can start small. For example, selling something to your neighbors, families, friends, strangers, and eventually you'll master the best sales skills and approaches that will allow you to easily sell whatever it is at your local supermarket or a big organization. You can even create your franchise and sell internationally. There is no limit to
No
selling.
limits.
Our whole world
No limit,
operates on the
man.
principle
Really,
of buying
no
and
limit.
selling. 4.
Four.
Mind control. The right mindset
Mind
is not
control.
easy for everyone to have.
Now, before we get into mind control, point 3, selling. Like, that is a very true point, ladies and gentlemen. I, for one, didn't like sales. I was like, I don't want to have to do it. Like, why should I have to convince somebody to buy something? But that in and of itself was the wrong approach. You feel me? Like, you should only be selling to people who want what you have to offer at the end of the day. For example, like if you sell steaks, you're wasting your time talking to a vegan. If you sell, home improvement repairs, you're wasting your time trying to sell somebody that rents an apartment. So the skill of sales is definitely a skill that we all can learn and that we all need and that we all actually use. But, we don't necessarily, connect the dots like that. But at the end of the day, like sales matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you sell every day, whether you want to believe you do or not, because anytime you need to ask somebody to do something for you, or you're selling something, you're trying to sell them on what you want them to do. Period. Dating, you're selling. Just everything. Sales is in everywhere. Sales is in every aspect of our life. But we just kind of try to sweep it under the rug. So with that being said, like, let's just take more efforts to master this skill. You know what I'm saying? Once I kind of accepted that I was going to have to learn how to sell, like, I just started buying a bunch of Grant Cardone books. You just start reading them. I haven't read them all, but, I read them. And, I come across little gems here and there that do help. So learn how to sell better, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to point number 4, mind control, which is another important point.
The opinions and ideas that we have are most of the time not originally ours. We either adopt them from our environment and develop them in our minds. Our environment can be that of poverty, and what our peers say, do, and think is what our minds will believe as our own opinions.
Facts.
Social media, radios, televisions, all these give our minds suggestions on what opinions to hold. They even make us buy more things than we had previously planned on. It's like going to the supermarket or food shop hungry. You see all kinds of foods displayed, and you end up getting way more than you needed. Or the famous pyramid schemes that make people believe that they can earn money faster by putting in a little. They end up losing it all.
True.
What am I trying to say? Our minds can be swayed. Our opinions are not our own. You'll spend all your time, money, energy deeply invested in somebody else's ideals that are not benefiting you one bit. Take control of your mind.
Now, before we get into taking, like, that is a bar right there, because like your mind we all can be swayed. You know, it's just about how skillful is the person talking. So be conscious of that, be aware of that, and move accordingly.
You might have been born into poverty, but you won't want your own family born into the same. Your mind is of value, and treat it like that. Take control of your mind and what you feed it. Be able to decipher your own opinions for what's best for you and how best to improve your situation. Take up activities that inspire you to dream and realize your goals. Your mind will lead you to partake in incredibly productive actions if you feed it right. So please do.
Before we get into 5, excellent point. Like, you're responsible for feeding your mind the thoughts, the visions that it has. Like, nobody but you. So whatever you're allowing your eyes to see, your ears to hear, and your mind to think, like, that's 100% in your control. So feed your mind some good stuff. Let's get into number 5.
5. Entitlement.
Yes.
In the world we live in, nothing comes easy. The systemic idea of educational progression is not how it was back then. Back then, professions were supported by higher learning institutions. They would even pay for your higher education. What the market needed at the time is what they would take you to school to study for. Soon enough, there were too many people with higher education, and it was all saturated.
Yes.
You now have to add other things to get a good job. When you've studied so hard, passed through all hardships, don't have expectations. You can't be handed that job just because you scored higher marks. There will be no special treatment because people are selfish. People are dealing with their problems, and for sure, you don't cross their minds. Don't be entitled to getting things just because you come from poverty or even suffered adversity. Learn the hard work. Take that entry-level position or that first job that you might think is below you and lay that foundation for yourself. No one will do it for you. The world is competitive, and you have to have the drive to pull through to get where you want. Nothing is handed to anyone anymore.
Before we get into 6, that is another good point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta put the work in, ladies and gentlemen. You must put the work in. That groundwork specifically, that beginning work, you know, that entry level, intern, free, like, you gotta get in and you gotta figure it out on the ground floor and get started from there. No matter what it is you want to do, like, it literally begins at the ground floor. Like, so if this is something, so if poverty is something that you want to get away from, if you want to break that generational curse, then, you know, it starts with you because you're watching this video, but you're going to have your trials and tribulations. You know, you're going to have to go through the valley before you get to the mountaintop, as they would say. So Spice Adams always says, if you can't climb the mountain if it's smooth. You know, you got to go over the rough spots. You got to go over the rough spots, baby. That's a bar right there. Spice, shouts out to you, but you got to go over the rough spots to get to the top. So don't think you're entitled to avoid them. You must go through them, over them, not around them. All right? Number 6.
6. Community resources. Community resources are a marvel for knowledge and opportunities. Local communities like churches, public libraries, local NGOs, community centers are some of the places that can uplift your situation. It's empirical to take advantage of what is being offered. If it's an arts center, there can come a time where an opportunity arises, and since you're associated with the community group, you can have a shot at it. These community projects and organizations offer programs that help you become self-reliant. There can be training, workshops, one-on-one coaching, financial literacy, and a space to share your skills and talents. If help is coming from the government or international NGOs, they usually reach out to community outreach groups and programs which touch down to people on the ground. I see these as opportunities you shouldn't miss. From these community resources, you can get scholarships, jobs, build networks, develop your craft, recognition of your talents, and so forth. This is the one opportunity you've always wanted, and you shouldn't miss it.
That is true, ladies and gentlemen. That is the resources you want are out there. You just got to go get them. So before we get into number 7, that was an ad, but the resources are out there. Like, you just got to go get them, ladies and gentlemen. They're in your community, they're in your smartphone, they're on your computer, your tablet, your laptop. Like, all the resources are out there for you to take advantage of, but you have to go get it. Like, no one's going to deliver it to you on a silver platter. You got to go get it. All right? Hop in at number 7.
7. Get professional. With the skills you have, you need to set yourself apart from what others in the same field
get professional.
offer. The clients you get are there for you to service them, and not because they need to help you get out of poverty. You as a person with a product or service, you're solving a problem for your clients, and that's why they hire you or work with your products or skills. As you go about your business, don't offer mediocrity and nonchalant services. Don't leave your client with a distaste for the service you've provided. Keep in mind that people want to be treated well and want the best results out of everything. You have to focus on helping them get exactly what they want for you to get what you want. Treat your work as your baby. You'll need those referrals from your clients to make your business thrive.
True statement.
You'll need those networks to work with other people that can give you the first call when an opportunity arises. You need to be building bridges professionally. Work on your work relationships and go professional. You'll be amazed at how much positive word of mouth will help your business. 8. Out with the poor masses. No one chooses where they're born and what they're born into. But it doesn't mean that if you're born in poverty, you have to remain there. You'll want to be out of your situation, and it will be very selfish to remain poor. There are limitless resources and knowledge available to escape poverty. To help the poor is to first of all not be one of them. If you use whatever means to get out of poverty, you've reduced the number of people in poverty.
That is an excellent point. To help the poor, you first can't be one. Like, true statement. I tend to always see people who say that they are struggling financially. They're always trying to give or just help other people out. And it's like, I understand the will, but at that point, you don't even have the ability to do that. So get yourself together first. You know what I'm saying? Get your ducks in a row, get your financial house in order, and then you go help somebody else. All right, but don't do yourself don't do yourself an injustice by trying to overextend yourself trying to help somebody else, which is only gonna put you in the worst situation. You feel me? So be smart about it.
I don't mean by yourself. I mean that if you get out and use your skills to get a simple living, that uplifts you. You then automatically uplift your close relationships and family, getting them out of poverty.
Gotta uplift yourself.
So it's really important that if you have the platform to use your talent and skills to make something out of yourself, you use it without fail. Poverty has a lot of mental baggage. If you're tasting success, you can't still identify yourself as poor.
Yes.
Get rid of those labels that are linked to poverty from your mind and your lips. Surround yourself with people of your peers and progressive people. And don't be referring to yourself as the poor masses. You did what you had to do, and what you've never done before, to get what you didn't have, and you should be proud of that.
To escape poverty. The reality is, yes, like it's on you. Like, no one's gonna save you. You feel me? Like, before we get into number 9, you know what I'm saying? It's on you. Like, it ain't on nobody but you. Like, you're the only person who's gonna save yourself or get yourself out of poverty. Focus on feeding your mind right things, develop your skills, surround yourself with winners. Those are three things that are in your control. So do those things, and that's gonna help you win, baby. Number 9, let's get into it.
9. In with success. First of all, you can't become what you hate. People living in poverty see wealthy people as selfish. What you need to know is that everyone is selfish. It's our natural tendency. When living in poverty, you associate yourself with humility, which definitively masks your true desire. You desire to be progressive, and when you see progressive people, don't think that they're all antagonists. This doesn't apply to everyone, since some rich and progressive people are very greedy, selfish, and oppressive. To understand all this, think about human nature. Everyone always wants to know what they're getting from something, whether it's your relationship, your job, you name it. What's in it for them? It's the basis of any, if not all, relationships. With this at the back of your mind, think about what people want and how you can offer them exactly that. When you focus on providing for what people want, you'll be setting yourself up to receive what you want. That's how you become successful. Let your mind be in a progressive and successful space, and see how much you can do to get what you want and escape poverty. It doesn't hurt to try to escape a situation you don't want to be in. Many people are running away from something because they want to be in control of their lives. They don't want a situation to control them. If this is your thinking, you'll do whatever it takes to get yourself out. However little, however small, the first thing to do is try. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more content like this. With that said, have a great day, you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Excellent video. Excellent video. I have no disputes. You feel me? Like, I have nothing that I can say that I'm just like, nah, like they were far off the mark there. Like, 10 solid good points. So if you want to escape poverty, then, you know, this video, it has some good game for you, you know what I'm saying? So excellent points, I concur. And in closing, as always, like, it's on you. Like, it's on you to get yourself out of poverty. Nothing more, nothing less. Nobody's coming to save you. No one's coming to give you the game. Like, you're gonna have to put one foot in front of the other and make it happen for yourself. All right. So on that note, thank you for tuning in. Peace. Till next time, family. Oh yeah, before I forget, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. It's gonna take all of us to make any one of us successful, and we begin with conversation and communication. So make sure you don't forget to tell a friend, tell a stranger, tell a friend about us. Peace.